The 2026 NBA offseason completely shifted the balance of the league. Superstars changed teams, contenders took enormous risks, and several championship windows may have opened or disappeared overnight. These are the 5 biggest winners and 5 biggest losers of the summer, starting with a team that improved far more than people realize. Atlanta Hawks. Atlanta comes in as the 5th biggest winner. The Hawks did not make the loudest move of the offseason, but they quietly built a roster that should be much harder to play against. Adding Lou Dort, Aaron Wiggins, Devin Carter, and Ryan Nembhard gives Atlanta more defense, toughness, and dependable depth around its main creators. Dort can defend the opponent's best perimeter scorer, pressure the ball, and bring the physical edge Atlanta often lacked. Wiggins fits almost anywhere because he can defend, move without the ball, and score efficiently without demanding many possessions. Carter gives the Hawks another young guard who can push the pace and create defensive pressure, while Nembhard adds even more playmaking depth. Trading Zachary Rizicher was still a major sacrifice. He was a former #1 pick with real long-term potential, and Dallas could eventually win that deal if he develops into a star. But Atlanta was clearly focused on becoming better immediately. Atlanta spent the summer collecting exactly the kind of role players contenders need. Those are also the kind of players Oklahoma City just lost. Oklahoma City Thunder. Oklahoma City is still one of the most talented teams in basketball, but the Thunder are the 5th biggest loser because their rotation became noticeably thinner. Losing Lou Dort, Aaron Wiggins, and Isaiah Joe means losing 3 completely different skills at the same time. Dort handled the toughest defensive assignments and allowed Oklahoma City's stars to conserve energy. Wiggins could enter almost any lineup and make it work because he rarely forced shots or made careless mistakes. Joe created instant spacing and forced defenders to stay close to him even when he was not touching the ball. Any one of those departures would have been manageable, but losing all 3 removes a significant amount of flexibility. Oklahoma City kept Isaiah Hartenstein and Kenrich Williams, so the roster is nowhere close to falling apart. The Thunder still have elite young talent, valuable draft assets, and enough options to make another move. They may also believe some of their younger players are ready for larger roles. But playoff series are often decided by matchups, and Oklahoma City now has fewer proven answers when opponents change their approach. The Thunder should remain excellent, but staying excellent is not the same as improving. While Oklahoma City tried to preserve most of what it already had, Minnesota decided that maintaining its position was no longer enough. Minnesota Timberwolves. Minnesota is the 4th biggest winner after making one of the boldest gambles of the entire offseason. By acquiring LaMelo Ball and Josh Green, the Timberwolves gave Anthony Edwards something he has rarely had, another elite creator capable of controlling the offense. LaMelo can push the pace, create open shots, and organize possessions when Edwards is trapped, double-teamed, or resting. His passing should generate easier opportunities for Minnesota shooters and big men, while his transition play can make the Timberwolves much more dangerous before opposing defenses get set. Josh Green is not the headline name, but he could become extremely valuable beside those stars. He brings athleticism, energy, wing defense, and the ability to contribute without needing many touches. The price, however, was enormous. Minnesota gave up Julius Randle, Naz Reid, Mike Conley, and valuable draft capital. Reid was one of the league's most dangerous bench scorers, while Conley provided leadership, control, and dependable decision-making. LaMelo's injury history creates another major concern, and the defense may become less reliable with a more offense-focused backcourt. But Minnesota had already proven it could compete. This trade could fail badly, but it also gives Minnesota a level of offensive creativity it never had before. The Timberwolves embraced uncertainty to raise their ceiling. Boston made a move that may have done the opposite. Boston Celtics. Boston is the 4th biggest loser because replacing Jaylen Brown with Paul George feels like a clear step backward for the immediate future. Brown was younger, more durable, and already understood exactly how to succeed beside Boston's core. He knew when to attack, when to play without the ball, and when to take responsibility for defending the opponent's best wing. More importantly, he had already proven that he could perform during deep playoff runs and help the Celtics win a championship. Paul George is still an excellent two-way player. He can shoot, create his own offense, and defend several positions, but he is older, has greater availability concerns, and offers less long-term certainty. Boston did receive real value. The Celtics added Mitchell Robinson and Mike Conley, while also receiving 2 first-round picks and 2 second-round picks. Robinson could improve their rebounding and rim protection, while Conley brings experience, leadership, and another steady ball handler. Maybe those assets eventually become valuable enough to change how this deal is remembered. But championship windows do not remain open forever. Boston traded a younger, championship-proven star for an older player carrying more risk. The Celtics may have improved their future options, but they also made the current roster less dependable. Boston chose patience and flexibility. Portland had no interest in waiting. Portland Trail Blazers. Portland is the 3rd biggest winner because it acquired Ja Morant without surrendering premium draft capital. The Trail Blazers sent Jeremy Grant and Chris Murray to Memphis and received the player with easily the highest ceiling in the trade. When Morant is healthy and focused, he can completely change the way an offense operates. His speed forces defenders to retreat, his rim pressure pulls help defenders away from shooters, and his playmaking creates easy scoring opportunities for everyone around him. Portland already had promising young guards, but it lacked a proven offensive engine who could consistently control games and force entire defenses to adjust. Morant gives the Blazers legitimate star power and a player capable of becoming the face of the franchise. There are still serious risks. His health and reliability remain major questions, and fitting him beside Portland's other guards may eventually require difficult decisions. The organization must also make sure his arrival does not interfere with the development of its younger players. But stars with Morant's ability rarely become available at such a reasonable price. Portland did not give up multiple first-round picks or sacrifice its most valuable prospect. It traded two useful forwards for a player who, at his best, can become one of the league's most dangerous guards. The move could fail, but the potential reward is far greater than the cost. Portland bought low on elite talent. Milwaukee had the opposite problem. Everyone knew exactly how valuable its superstar was, and the Bucks still had to watch him leave. Milwaukee Bucks. Milwaukee is the third biggest loser, even though the Bucks received a respectable rebuilding package. They sent Giannis Antetokounmpo and Bobby Portis to Miami for Tyler Herro, Kel'el Ware, Jamie Jaquez Jr., Kasparas Jakušionis, the 13th pick in the 2026 draft, and several future draft assets. That is a meaningful return. Herro is already an established scorer who can immediately become one of Milwaukee's main offensive options. Ware gives the Bucks an intriguing young big man, while Jaquez and Jakušionis provide additional talent that could develop in a part of the next core. The draft picks give Milwaukee flexibility to rebuild slowly or package assets in another major trade. But there is no realistic way to lose Giannis and become better immediately. Milwaukee may eventually build another strong team, but finding another player close to Giannis' level could take years, and there is no guarantee it ever happens. The Bucks handled an extremely difficult situation reasonably well, but their championship era is over for now. The same trade that closed Milwaukee's window may have created one of the largest windows in the league for Miami. Miami Heat. Miami is the second biggest winner because the Heat finally landed the superstar they had spent years chasing. Giannis Antetokounmpo now joins Bam Adebayo, giving Miami one of the most physical and defensively terrifying frontcourts in basketball. Giannis brings unstoppable rim pressure, rebounding, transition scoring, and defensive versatility, while Bobby Portis adds shooting, toughness, and valuable depth. Miami paid an enormous price, giving up Tyler Herro, Kel'el Ware, Jamie Jaquez Jr., Kasparas Jakušionis, and several draft assets. The Heat sacrificed much of their young talent and future flexibility in one move, but players capable of changing an entire championship race rarely become available. The spacing between Giannis and Bam may not be perfect, but their size, defense, and physicality could overwhelm opponents. Miami did not make this trade simply to remain competitive. It made the trade to win a championship. The Heat gave up nearly everything because they understood what acquiring a superstar could do. Memphis also traded away its franchise player, but its return was nowhere near as convincing. Memphis Grizzlies. Memphis is the second biggest loser because its return for Ja Morant feels far too safe. The Grizzlies received Jeremy Grant and Chris Murray from Portland, then added players such as D'Angelo Russell, Isaiah Stewart, A.J. Johnson, and Quentin Post through other moves. That gives Memphis more experience, depth, and stability. Grant is a useful forward who can score, defend multiple positions, and fit beside different lineups. Russell can create shots, handle the ball, and provide scoring when the offense slows down. Stewart adds physicality, rebounding, and toughness, while the younger additions give Memphis more developmental options. The roster may even become deeper and more balanced, but balance only matters so much when a team loses the one player capable of breaking down an entire defense. At his best, Morant could attack the rim, create advantages, and turn difficult possessions into easy scoring opportunities. Memphis traded away the most talented player in the deal without receiving a premium first-round pick or another clear franchise cornerstone. Maybe his injuries and uncertainty reduced his value. Maybe the organization believed it needed a calmer and more dependable roster built around Jaren Jackson Jr., but elite offensive creators are incredibly difficult to find, and Memphis gave one away without receiving enough upside to replace what it lost. The Grizzlies may become steadier, but they also became far less dangerous. Their floor may be safer, but their ceiling dropped dramatically. And somehow, Memphis still did not lose as much immediate star power as the Lakers. Los Angeles Lakers. The biggest loser of the 2026 NBA offseason is Los Angeles. The Lakers added useful players such as Walker Kessler, Quentin Grimes, Colin Sexton, Jaden Hardy, and Kevin Looney. Kessler gives them a young rim protector, Grimes adds shooting and perimeter defense, and Sexton provides aggressive scoring. But useful additions cannot replace LeBron James. The Lakers also lost DeAndre Ayton, Rui Hachimura, Marcus Smart, and Luke Kennard, leaving the roster younger but far less proven. They even gave up 2 unprotected first-round picks and 2 pick swaps for Kessler, limiting their ability to make future upgrades. Los Angeles deserves credit for responding aggressively instead of allowing the roster to collapse, but its championship ceiling still dropped dramatically. LeBron organized the offense, controlled playoff games, and made everyone around him better. Without him, the Lakers must create a completely new identity while replacing several important supporting players at the same time. They entered the offseason believing they could still chase another championship with LeBron. They left it trying to understand what the next era of Lakers basketball will look like. While Los Angeles watched its championship window shrink, Philadelphia spent the same summer forcing its own window wide open. Philadelphia's 76ers. The biggest winner of the 2026 NBA offseason is Philadelphia. The 76ers replaced Paul George with a younger two-way star in Jaylen Brown, then added Anthony Simons, Dean Wade, and LeBron James. Brown gives Philadelphia a powerful wing who can defend elite scorers, attack the basket, and contribute without controlling every possession. Simons provides shooting and another creator, while Wade adds useful frontcourt depth. LeBron remains one of basketball's smartest players and greatest playmakers, even at this stage of his career. Pairing those additions with Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey gives Philadelphia an incredible amount of scoring, passing, and playoff experience. LeBron can organize the offense, Maxey can attack with speed, Brown can punish mismatches, and Embiid can dominate inside or create open shots by drawing double teams. There are still serious concerns. Embiid must stay healthy. LeBron is near the end of his career, and the Sixers must find the right balance between several players who are used to controlling important possessions. Philadelphia also sacrificed depth and future assets, so nothing is guaranteed. But no other team added this much proven talent in one summer. Miami may have acquired the best individual player available, but Philadelphia built the deepest group of elite creators in the league. If everyone remains healthy, the Sixers may have the most talented roster in basketball. That is why Philadelphia stands alone as the biggest winner of the 2026 NBA offseason. These rankings could look completely different once the season begins. But right now, which team won the summer? And which team made the biggest mistake?